It is 2 p.m. on a Sunday. I have not showered, have not brushed my teeth, haven't done anything because I've been home with the baby by myself today. So just shout out to anyone who parents alone, because it is so hard to get anything done. Now that I finally put him down for a nap, I want to work out. I haven't been feeling strong. I definitely gained some weight back. I don't like how my stomach is looking. So I want to work out so I can feel better about myself. So not for other people, just because when I work out, I like the endorphins. I like how I feel, and I want to change that. So I'm gonna do a little bit of exercise, throw another little workout outfit on, and see how much I can do. I want to do a 30-minute exercise. Hopefully he can give me that much sleep time. He should, because I kept him up, so hoping that he would take a really long nap. So that's what I'm gonna be doing right now. Oh my God. Wow. Muscle memory is real. I'm very out of shape. I haven't worked out in what day is it? Probably 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks maybe. And I've been eating whatever I wanted. I haven't been tracking my meals. So the meals were so simple, and it was just 40 seconds at a time, but that was, I gotta lay down. When I started that workout, I told myself it was only 20 minutes, so I was gonna add on a 10-minute core workout, but that was more than enough. That was hard. I'm just gonna go take my shower, man. I'm just gonna go take my shower. I really thought that I could do 2 workouts, but I really underestimated how out of shape I was. After not working out for I swear it was only 3 weeks. Maybe it's been longer. Let me look at the calendar. I really thought it was the last time I worked out was, it couldn't have been that long ago, but damn, that was a struggle. 1, 2, maybe 2.5, 3 weeks. Oh, so he slept for about an hour. Okay, I'm pushing my luck. Let me go take a shower before this kid wakes up. It's 3:30. I made myself, I'm warmed up, some vegetables and chicken. I need to make a grocery list, but I am trying to not be on my phone as much while I'm eating. I also have my book here. Is this warm? It's not hot, but it'll do. But I wanted to quickly talk about, I think someone had asked me if I could make a video about the things that I wish someone told me before becoming a mom. So I'm not gonna share some of those things until my son wakes up. I think actually the one thing that I was really surprised about, and maybe no one told me because maybe this doesn't happen to other people, but I have just had such body dysmorphia. I think it's dysmorphia. Let me just, consult Google really quickly. Dysmorphia. Yes, body dysmorphia, which is, okay, well, it's actually a mental illness. So let me not use that term because I think it's minimizing people who actually struggle with it. Basically what I'm trying to say is that I just was really surprised about how my thoughts and views about my body would drastically change after having a kid. I don't know, I just really struggle with the idea that my body will never be the same, and I mean, yes, it can physically go back to the same. I can weigh the same. I have not right now because I've gained a couple of pounds back, but I at one point weighed less than I weighed before I got pregnant. So it's not about the numbers, but it's just really about like the strength of my body is nowhere near what it used to be. Like I used to, and also maybe it also has to do with like a changing environment, but I used to walk around so much. I used to be able to lift. I forget if I like wrote down my PR somewhere, but I used to be able to squat, I think like 90 pounds. Like I mean, that's not like a lot for bodybuilders, but I used to be able to get it. Like I was just really strong. At least I was strong for me, I was strong, felt strong. I felt like I could, like if anyone ever like came up to me, like I felt like I had enough strength to like fight them off. And I don't feel that way anymore. I feel like the kind of strength that I have now is like a mental strength. Like I know that I have been awake all night. I have had a baby attached to my body, chewing me essentially. I have pushed a baby out of my vagina. So I know that like mentally I can do anything, but physically I just don't feel strong. And yeah, and I think I'm a little bit more conscious about how my stomach looks. So not how much I weigh. I don't care about how much I weigh. I am really conscious about how my stomach looks because people just always be in your business. And the last thing that I want is for someone to be like, oh, like, are you pregnant again? Because, you know, I think I talked about this in the last video or in a previous video. And I'm just like not really sure if I can get pregnant again. Like that's the fact. That's the truth. That's how I feel. So I don't want people to like have a reason to ever think that I might be pregnant if I'm not actually pregnant. So yeah, that was one thing I was really surprised. Like people talked about like the sleepless nights. People talked about, you know, how your relationship with your spouse can change because like you guys just don't really have time for one another because the main focus is your child. But not a single person ever talked to me about the way that your thoughts about how you look and feel might change. And again, maybe that's just because it didn't happen to anyone else. Maybe it's just a me thing, although I doubt that. But that is one of the biggest surprises that I've encountered in motherhood. And it's tough. You know, we live in a society where on the one hand, there are all these like beauty ideals and blah, blah, blah. But on the other hand, there's like resurgence of like girl power and love your body and self-love and whatnot. And like, it's cool to type out self-love, but you actually have to do the work. And so it's challenging to do the work. I'm continually doing that work. So yeah, that is one of the hardest things about being a mom. Another hard thing is that there's just the amount of time that disappears. Like, do you see my kitchen right now? And granted, I was never really like that clean of a person, but oops, I just unhooked accidentally my nursing bra. I was never like that clean. I'm organized, but I'm not clean. But just so much less, like you just have so much less time. Before we hired a nanny, like what did we do? Okay, so she was coming, from the start, she was coming 3 times a week. And so Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we would have help. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, like I would not do anything, like not a single thing. Because it's just, they require so much time. When they're young, they require time. Even now that my son is a year and can be occupied, you know, he can play by himself, almost a year, I said he was a year. He can play by himself for, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes maybe, and then, you know, then he now wants to be entertained, or he now wants to touch you, or he now wants to like see what you're doing, or he finds himself playing with some cord that he's not supposed to be playing with, or like trying to break something. So the kids just require a lot of time and energy, and so that just takes away your ability to do other things like keep your house clean. So I'm really fortunate that we have help, because I would not be able to do anything else. The number one answer to how I get everything done is that I have help. I have a nanny who also doubles as a cleaner, who also does our laundry, and she's amazing, and also cooks some things. Like she cooked these vegetables. She also cooked the chicken, actually. She cooked everything that I'm eating right now. So I mean, she cooks about like half of our meals. I like to cook, but I can't cook during the week, or I try not to cook during the week, because by the time we put him down to sleep at like 7:30, then like that's not when I want to start cooking. That's like usually when I have a phone call that I have to hop on, or I have something to wrap up, or I have like an Instagram post that needs to go up or something. If I don't cook over the weekends, then I don't really cook. And that brings me to how I fell off the wagon. I just really stopped meal prepping. I started doing WW. I'm a WW partner, but I started doing it because I wanted to, I just wasn't happy with my body. I wasn't happy with how I looked and how I felt. And I also wasn't happy with my eating habits. And it works. It really does work. When I was doing it consistently, I clearly have fallen off. But when I was doing it consistently, like I was eating I was very full. I was still eating a lot. I just made tiny little switches, tiny little changes, eating more fruits, eating more vegetables. So for example, for breakfast, instead of having 2 slices of bread and eggs and sausage and bacon, which is what I used to have for breakfast, I took away the sausage and bacon because it's a lot of fat. And then I would just have 2 slices of bread and an egg. And then I would add on fruit. Sometimes we'll have just 1 slice of bread and then an egg. So like little changes like that, having brown rice instead of white rice, quinoa instead of white rice, reducing the amount of times a week we have ugali. What I haven't been doing really is we have chapati like every day. So good. So that can definitely be cut down. Or maybe I'll have like a half a chapati instead of a full chapati. Little things you can do. And I had lost like nearly 10 pounds doing that. And then I got complacent. I got comfortable because I was like, oh, I got happy. No, I was already happy. I had reached my imaginary goal. I didn't have a set goal, but I was happy with how I felt and how I looked. And so I was like, okay, cool. And then I stopped tracking and then I stopped working out. And then, you know, the weight came back on. Like I didn't keep up with those healthy habits, I'll say. So all that to say is that the 2 things that happen, or the 2 things that people don't tell you that I didn't know going into having a baby, 2 really big things is there's just never enough time. Like there's never, ever enough time to get anything done. And the second thing is that, you know, how I feel about my body is just a challenge now. It's like ever present in my mind. That affects like the rest of my life. It affects how attractive I feel, which then affects like my ability to be intimate or to desire intimacy or to like feel like I'm sexy enough. It sometimes impacts how I pose in images. And so like if I'm not feeling comfortable in how I look, then that can translate on camera, which then translates into, you know, a picture. And that's, you know, what my job is to take pictures. That's not my job. That was a really poor reduction of what a lifestyle blogger and influencer does. But one of the components of the work is to take pictures. So if I can't present a confident self in my imagery, then like no one wants to see someone who's like sad and not confident all the time. Every once in a while, I think vulnerability is important and it's like good to show that you're sad, as I did earlier this week. But you know, people want to be inspired, they want to be uplifted. Like they don't want to be like sad all the time because of your sadness. So that's that. I am going to now, my food is probably now cold, but I'm going to, like I've chatted enough. So I'm going to make my little grocery list. And then I'm so shocked this kid is still asleep. Like my plan of keeping him awake really worked. I'm so happy with myself. So he's really given me an hour and 40 minutes. And if he can give me another 20 minutes, I will be a happy camper. So yeah, let me get this grub. I got a solid 2 hours, but my homie just woke up, so back to the motherhood life I go. This book is really good. It is really good so far. Yeah, so with kids awake, should I clean or should I go grocery shopping? I should go grocery shopping, I think. All right, let's get your food. Did you have a good nap, baby? What did you dream about? What are we doing here? You ready to go? Ready to go change? What? What? Come, let's go change your diaper. Let's go change your diaper. Agreed. Let's go change your diaper, your diaper, your stinky diaper, stinky. Uh-oh. Time to go. Say bye. 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 If you have not yet subscribed, if you've been watching Vlogmas, this is your first Vlogmas video. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. Follow along. There's more to come. Thanks for watching. Bye.